there's no atonement. That requires a lot of clarification. We'll see. The Chalader Shabbat they kind of middle English, but any other idea. It's generally doing it. Who's not the result of your idea? When it comes to false, all the ultimate punishment is collected both from the perpetrator and from the establishment.
Lord.
Because once it says, do not allow your mouth to that's your children, that's your family.
Yo, political beacon. Too many judges. Too many fucking. I can't stand that. I never even got a chance to tell him what I do. And that's why I never know what's up. And if you're going to say that you're the truth show and you're not videoing it or no one else's video, that's not what I do. That's like Dave Chappelle. That's not. I don't make skits. Rich, bitch. I sent you a message to them. What I'm looking at. Alright, guys, that's the one I checked.
Go ahead and engage this false phase. Will have this negative effect on all of these terrible things. No, it's the first one. Literally says, because of the Allah. Now, both sides. Again, Allah, because the Allah refers to Shua, once we have that before, Allah Shua, because of the Allah, the earth will be punishment to one. I can't talk about Haaretz, Allah, Kol Shirka. I don't say, obviously, Torah generating the similarity of a federation of Torah. Furthermore, all of Torah, a being Shloshos, Holino, Shnayim, Shloshadoros. Furthermore, by all of us, it's Yavisos. Like Yavisos, some type of merit, because what's the number again, whenever I made up, I always have some type of countermeasure. But I always have some type of positive dynamic activity, in my personal goal. So again, if I have a source, go ahead and then just go ahead and literally suspend judgment for 2 to 3 generations. So what's it? So suspend judgment, right? You have Chal writes about this. You have Chal writes when he does have this, that if you do it on later, what should happen? What should happen? Onesh, and what punishment? And when should Onesh come? When should punishment come? Immediately. So Midas Harach, the divine attribute of mercy, suspends judgment. Now what does that suspension of judgment mean? It allows for tshuva. That's what the works. It gives us time to work things through. That's amazing. So here the Gemara says, if you have 2 or 3 generations, that little bit and then again, halach way say I have mitzvahs, ultimately some suspension, right? There's some suspended sentence to allow me to work through everything. The can but here ultimately what happens? So judgment is acted on by Shav Shenemar, Hotzis Omar Shem Zokos, Uboa Beis Hakanav, Beis Hanish B'Shmira Shakar. The one of the silk itself, the color that's Havana Hotzis Yavah. It was actually very interesting from Zechariah. So literally the passage says, I will take it out, right, and I will come to the house of the thief, to the house of the one who is in my name of faith. Literally again, I will remain in this house and sword the stones and take them out immediately. Okay, so what does this mean? Right? Ultimately again, what does it mean? I will come to
so I couldn't find our conversation. Hold on.
A person who deceives others.
You're very judgmental.
Like, for example, what is it?
It's there. Did I link it? Fuck no. That was like one conversation I had that day. Biatch.
Now, and I will come into the house of the one who swears falsely. For one of his so I will go in his house. But also, his wood and his stones. Even things that fire can't destroy, like stone. Like fire can't destroy stone, even things like that, Shuas Sheker does destroy them. The power of Shua is so profoundly overwhelming that it destroys everything. Aim Avar, Amy Mishpa, if he says at the end of the swear, Otrino Somian, so now again, so let's say we're just always obviously highlighting the destructive nature of Shuas Sheker. If he's in Amar Amy Mishpa, if he says ultimately again I won't swear, Otrino Somian, I won't say. Now, this is referring to the person who's being a jerk, right? So, remember again, Ruben is bringing Shimon to the Shimon, let's say again, is the mode that makes us, right? So, Ruben says, you owe me $10. Shimon says, no, I only owe you $500. So, what's the halacha? If ultimately, again, if Shimon says, I won't swear, Shimon says, I won't swear, so ultimately, again, constantly based. I won't say that. We mashing also. Not legal these days. And why? See where Rashi says, "Shkein, Shve'oraka, Shali, we actually keep our faith." So again, if you decide I'm not swearing, so obviously you pay because like we charge your credit card immediately. You leave business with me with you changing your mind. But you shouldn't be good. You must say, Amar, Harim, should be responder. Responder. But it says again, I'm ready to swear. I'm ready to swear. I'm not ready to swear. Dimsham Omrim Zer Lozer Suruna Av Oralea Anashim Harishahim Aida. So I'm saying, just you need to see the severity which halach goes ahead and treats Shua. That literally, again, if the guy says, right, so the responder says, I'm going to go ahead and swear. Right, so again, Ruben's claiming again Shimon. Shimon says, fine, I'll swear. So what does the halach? So Bezdin says, okay, Hebron, clear away again from these wicked men. They both say, by the way, just so you understand, that's especially by Alice Korach. Right? So again, that is a very, very, very strong Russian here. And what's also fascinating is both parties are considered to be Rishayim. Both the claimant and the responder, which is actually very interesting. We'll come back to that. We'll keep also. We'll also, and when we sure, we'll call him Shimon. Oh yeah, just understand, we are not adjuring you based on your understanding of this oath. Das Habakum, Das based. We actually saw this before. Rather, we're adjuring you on the understanding. You are not determining or defining the scope of this shvua. We are determining and defining the scope of this shvua. Shlo al das kan I mashbiya askan. Ela al das habakum ba'al dati. As Moshe Rabbeinu said to Klal Yisrael when you adjured us, right? When you adjured us the shvua to go and accept Torah. So ultimately, Moshe Rabbeinu says, just understand, I'm adjuring you based on my das, and the das of the Ribono Shalom Shnei V'lo itchem v'vadchem ki es asher yeshnu po ein elo v'selo omdim har Sinai. We know those where Moshe Rabbeinu adjured us. So I don't even know ultimately again those who are standing at Har Sinai. How do I know the Gemara says Doros Haboim V'Gerim Ha'asidim V'Iskayim Minai? So Moshe said this is really beautiful. How do we know that when Moshe Rabbeinu adjured us right through the Torah? Because remember we undertook the Shvuah, top whole Torah. How do I know that Shvuah applies to those who stood at Har Sinai, and those who came later on, right? And even those who converted. How do I know? Talmud the Ace, Asher Einenu. So because the pasuk says, even those who are not here, everyone was included in Klal Yisrael. Future generations of Jews, future generations of Gerim, all were included in the Arua at Har Sinai. Incredible. So Gemara today, which by the way, was an interesting discussion in general about whether
instantly. Download the Rabbi Rothschild app. Use the code SHOP. That's Shop Show. Build a turn 500 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings, the crowd insurance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Casino and Resort in Kansas has to have pro wager tax in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Almost like in a way that's binding it irrevocably with the destiny of Klal Yisrael. Again, Ger is included in the Shua of Har Sinai. Because says as follows.
That hostage that's going around.
So I don't know.
It's like walking out. What is that? Yeah, let's start with that. So someone was saying, this guy, so when Brendan Allen's walking out, if you ask when Brendan Allen's walking, Jesus Christ, Brendan Allen's walking out at UFC Vancouver to the broadcast, some gentleman leans over and shows his phone. It looks like murder victim. Yeah, it looks creepy as hell. It looks creepy. People are saying, is this a serial killer? Could it be a serial killer? And then some people thought it was like Brendan Allen fight where he got knocked out. And I said to you, John, like, damn, let's be all of them. Was this a serial killer in Vancouver? Which is it's such an extreme jump. It's like, whoa. Guy flashes of whatever body line down. We're like, serial killer. You wish, Playboy. Is that true? Well, I mean, right now, there's no major media that's putting out, but a lot of people are saying that it's, some people recognize this as a scene in a TV show or a movie, right? And then people are saying that these are actually investigating this guy. All that stuff, and that thing is like, hell. I saw one fan was like, from across, they showed the guy, it's like, yeah, it definitely doesn't look like a serial killer. Looks like a UFC pro. I mean, there's tons of, like, it could be, these guys just, talking about, it could be this guy is the one that wants this person saved, he knows about something. All this stuff starts popping up. Yeah, it made me do that. I saw, the first time I saw it, it had this, like, creepy music behind it, and it made it that much more freaking interesting.
Could also be said in language. So this is what it's about.
This is sad news to he passed away. And the thing is, you can't find what the cause is. So I'm guessing it's, I'm just guessing it's possibly suicide, but I don't know. But no, actually, you know what?
So why is that?
I heard someone podcast say like he died peacefully and just sleep yesterday. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking, one thing that you've been doing as long as I have, and you've been in the game, I found out about this the minute it happened from, I'll say the source, but
it must be because
certain stuff, and yeah, it's just, it's a shame. He's only 55. He's 55. That was nice to me. Always nice. Just a pioneer off his brother, one of the greatest kickboxers of all time. From North America. 55. You know, it's sudden too. It's tough for guys like Anthony Pettis, you know, because he was a father figure for Anthony. Paul Felder, like that. There's a lot of boys Woodley. You know, he was such a staple in this UFC fraternity, man. You hate to see it. His core family too.
So I would say that's pretty amazing. What's they're taking a false oath, putting on Shannon's name today, is included in the category of
Chris White members Anderson Silva, and they're going to be under that same card as Jake Paul and Devontae Davis. Yeah, I think this hurts Jake Paul and Devontae Davis.
Why is short shot? I think it's pretty long.
Shit show. Usually my take on this stuff when it's a UFC fighter with these big names, when they do these super fights, I'm like, get your bet. I get it. Trust me, I get it. If Logan and Jake Paul is going to fight, I'm fucking in. But I'm always like, get your bet. Anderson Silva's getting over $15 million. Like, that's your bag. I assume you're, unless you're just living a life we're on. But then also, these guys are older, they want something to do. Find another guy. And also, for them co-main event, Jake Paul, Davis. I get it. I'm not interested in watching it. Add any value to that broadcast of any facets here. I'm saying nothing fucking, what can I have? It's pretty tasty. And why did that fight tonight? I didn't know that time, so he's getting a tasty back too. I assume they're making good money on this, because that's one thing about Jake Paul's promotion. Get your back, do your thing, but hopefully nobody gets hurt. I don't want to see anybody get fucking cool dog and KO'd. I don't want to see anybody get flatlined. Hopefully, you know what? Hopefully that's a boring ass decision.
The power of Chuba.
It's for a pass fight.
Life is a choice.
Yeah, we can 10, 15 times that 10 might pay off for me.
If you do Chuba,
yeah, get your money, boys. Hopefully it's a boring ass decision. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody breaks a fucking leg. That's all I want. Hopefully people tune in. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets fucking flatlined. It's a boring fight, and they make their money. And you want to be so solidified. Oh, it's like, that ain't good. He's like, yeah, we just want to be should we go for big views? Which I think this might do it. Like my dad is like, oh, shit, I'm doing it. And, you know, or like the guy on the street that's fucking selling boots, like, holy shit, Wyman Silva 3 boxing. Take my money, you know. So if I just want to make as much money as possible. That's what works these legends.
Even if you run another person,
tune in.
and you just triple,
Yeah, support our boys. That's cool, boys. We talked about this last week, but Frank Yeager, we got taken off the card from the UFC, and this is free gigs. He's pretty much what Frankie said as well.
If you think about it, Schwartz shot.
Yes, yes. Because like, wow, it's crazy. Got something. I'm thinking like this. I'll tell you what, fighters out there, be like, I'm just making out, just go away quietly because people want to know. You know, as soon as they put rules stuff out without your face on people, it's just shady, bro. It's shady. And like, it's like, you should know this shady. But I would say any stories like this, and you hear stories like this, you see fight with people. Because I'm just saying, I don't know about any case. She doesn't say what happened. The same theory that you're saying, but he goes on, I don't know for a fact, but they use him basically, you know, for all the attention. And then when they realize the ticket sales are going to be that high, they're like, you're the most highest paid on the card, most likely, right? Yeah, we're going to lose money, so we're going to lose money, so we're going to give you this other check. That's a decent amount. But then would
So
get other
if I do
people.
that data,
Yeah, that's
I'm
what's up.
punished for it. Here,
Because they would get
I'm
away
punished
more
myself
than
by the
after
spot.
they fought.
So
But my only thing is, I don't know the inner workings of KFC. I don't know the inner workings or deal with Frankie. I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody told me he failed medicals. Where was it safer to fight? Yeah. That's what I felt. And then Connor, that's what Connor said about it. Guys, I just want to say about the Frankie Edgar situation. I'm very upset for Frankie. I'm sure he's devastated. Health is a bit out here. We'll address it and we will reevaluate and see where we get here at another day. So you mentioned the health thing, so there has to be some validity to the whole health thing. But he can't take out we need Frankie to say, come out and be like, no. And honestly, I want to be more mad and more pissed off, but I can't let it consume me that much. But you guys dog me in my whole state. That's crazy. Like, that's dumb. If you think about it. Like, they came to me, did everything they wanted to. I promoted everything. I went to the Devil's game. I did podcasts, different podcasts. Everything this, he goes, I think it's not. Because medicals? Yeah, they're saying it's medicals, but it's not. He goes, Jersey. Getting medical. Every time. And someone saying, I don't fucking know.
It's incumbent upon us as parents.
Okay, yeah, from the owners, Frankie, you want to shut BKFC up and prove your point? Post the medicals that you passed. Yeah. Because BKFC, Frankie Edgar was pulled for BKFC due to medical issues. Then he claims he passes as much as the New Jersey Commission.
Has free will.
Dr. Please approach me if he used an excuse not to save money on this, never send his final medical to the commission to begin with.
I have to.
So, Edgar medicals, Edgar said he complete all necessary physical exams.
Is there something in my head? Is there something in my life? Is there something Is it my fault? No, it's very important to understand.
BKFC claims to sway Edgar's reports. KFC President David Felton said that after reviewing Edgar's achievement platforms, not covered
under my privilege. This child grew up with me.
And then there's
such. And I totally uninvolved in this result.
Fucking Frankie.
That's because I was saying.
All Frankie has to do is please or get that doctor that he passed on. Which is all we need. New Jersey, if Frankie posts hate, pass all of them. And if he goes, well, our in-house doctor, has it there. But if the New Jersey Athletic Commission didn't, yeah, I do remember Frankie saying that everything got so there's again, all Frankie has to do is if he posts the medical, like I did all of them.
You see from here that all
but then this in-house doctor saying I didn't pass him. So this is Frank. I was straight for 7 weeks ago, a week out from the fight. We get an email in my mail from someone from BKFC saying that the owner of BKFC is leaving for winter. He doesn't have a phone on him. He can't call you, but I'll call you eventually. But in the meantime, it's not correct. Don't fight me. I'm like me.
As well. I might have felt that my family's health and history. So I might have some worries. My family's not health. In other words,
what I would do is post and be like, look, I passed them from the
the same level that I am.
makes BKFC the worst health doctor a week before the fight is worried about me. I agreed to this months ago.
When I sin, every sin carries within.
So that even though he sent the results of his medical test to the commission.
Twice without committing an idea. Now, because often when we sin, the reason I sin is because I assume that the fallout of my actions. Now that I understand
Man, Frankie has those.
that I do, it just makes me think twice. Like, I don't want to.
Because then they'll never right. Frankie passed.
I don't want to do
This
something.
in-house
I
doctor
don't
who
want to do
obviously
something. So somebody
KFC says I didn't pass them, and then that's all you do. I don't know.
It's like
It's like Frankie might be right, but did you give KFC credit? They're like, dude, we got the medals, they were not good. So and that's good for them, which is rare. He says, a call from someone should be saying, not out there for the positions of the medicals. Fantastic. Here's, I don't know if you plan on doing anything, but you can tell your wife when you're at
It's at the end of the day, it's not just by us, it's by everything.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking about finding the kid to be like,
incredible.
the kid to be again. My bad, you got BKFC again, but
So
and
ultimately,
BKFC came up with a deal. Number it was a fucking pretty high number.
even if I can't project someone else everything,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think
what
he
it is. So the Gemara says, okay, let's analyze this.
just a pipe bomb is better down.
We're shutting down.
That
And I will
makes
say,
it
everybody
crazy.
is the problem in Russian. So what is the distinction between
So
shutting
all
down
those
and now what is when we want to use the
medical exams you had done, you
shuttle
they're yours. It's not like with all that information,
so
you can call it one case, you scan me a copy of my medicals, and then just goes a picture of me shuts all this down. Oh, yeah, dude.
so whether that's like
How long is that process being involved? It's a fucking, it's about like hours. You can do all
for the punishment.
these little things, you get all that such an asshole. Yeah, that's kind of fucking you knock out one or two.
Gravity to go ahead and object to my parents' behavior and fail to do so. They don't get the same project, but they still
Did you want the judgment for 5 minutes?
you are a family member. Something wrong.
So there you go. So even though they got the judgment, I don't know how that's yeah, it works.
It's continued down the road path and you don't
Fanmio,
stop
it
it.
is obviously like it, but it's all Fanmio has to do so those boys are
Responsible.
they did like
Again,
at least
not
we're
level
not
of responsibility as the perpetrator himself. But again, a second
This
to
is a similar
responsibility.
thing. This is what brings me about BKFC. They like
outside of
promised all this money, thought it was going to be bigger than it did. It didn't do well. They're like, oh, fuck, real.
So again, general awareness, the perpetrator gets the highest level of punishment.
They project
Do
and
so,
read the fucking
second
room.
tier
It doesn't do
punishment.
well. And they throw all this money.
And don't do so,
I don't think it's that.
third tier.
It's shitty business, but they literally don't have them.
Syndicate. The Lord says, syndicate.
This is on their manager.
Syndicate, in your family or outside the family now, what is it? Syndicate. Syndicate might be all
Like, you
you
gotta
are
protect
aware
those
of what's
kids.
going on, can't have an impact on what's
So
going on,
they can't
are not
back
held
out if it
accountable
doesn't
at
go
all. Okay, so it's like, that's
You don't forget the
general
Friday
awareness.
paid before you just ring.
What by Shua? Gavin Shua.
What's
Who will
this?
show the
This
respect
is
of the So when it comes to Shua's shot,
Netflix offering some sort of
so the
that has to
perpetrator,
with them.
who
You
shot
need
the
to $50 million
Some of the
to turn
time
it
we
down.
say, what?
You know, I guess the way of your training and all this stuff, if you fight, well, I'll just go for you.
Are held similarly
$50 million. Well, I'm still up to
so
the
again, the person who
you go
puts
to pay me
Rothschild
any money to
and
do
his
it.
family members who are allowed for the cultivation of this type of herb are all held accountable for this level. Rishon the Alma,
Well, I'm still up
the
to
Great ultimately again, Rishon our family are held liable to one and
my question is,
it said,
did they even offer him milk?
ultimately again, it's like
You know,
family to become on the outside.
it's like me being like, dude, I would never do OnlyFans to show my dick even for 50 million. Ain't nobody,
you miss me yet?
I would never show my weight on OnlyFans, not even for fucking $1 million. I mean, did they offer it to
Hold on for 1 second.
if I want to do it? You know, like, if they paid a
ultimately again, if now let's say again,
they paid no broke $50.
responder.
Netflix did pay fucking Chris Rock $50 million.
He says, I'm not swearing.
You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to make up money. I get the point. It's like,
I'm out.
okay,
Which again is what we prefer. So what happened? Good.
I feel like they offered it. I know there's not a doubt that he's taking that. But I'm saying he made it. He said he would vacate his title. His buddy goes James who was in the UFC.
No one has
If you use the offer, you get the title fight. They say now. They say it's a meeting door at this room. Like he went together. He was in Jim Chan. I was. Let's say I just beat fucking Pro Cop. He beat Frank Bear. So I beat Pro Cop.
this game. What I said, if a guy says I'm not swearing, that's actually what is that? What is that?
And we were eating after drinking,
An expression of profound piety.
dude, you wouldn't
I
want to do
think
more.
you are so careful that I'd rather pay money and
And I
not
said,
take the Lord's name.
yeah, we fight each other. You said that?
That's what it
I'm
allows
over
a
here.
person to do.
100%.
Is
Because
things without
when you fight for God, it's dancing.
But
If,
if however,
let's say,
no,
look what you did. So he lost the next one. So he lost to Brock. Okay, you fight Shane. Whatever, number 2 or 3. It'd be good for me for stuff. I'm not doing that. If he has the belt, I'd fight my mom if she has the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, it's going to change my kids. So I never liked it. And it's also not real. If his buddy comes up to me, and he's like, the next big thing is all this talk of the champ. Y'all come fight me. So, and I guess I'm wrong. He's a big fight. Big fight. Big fight. Or the night too. So he he's 26. Jesus Christ is all experience. And heavyweight division's pretty, you know, so he's 2 or 3 wins away from being in the top 5. Like how light the division is. So it's a possibility, but we'll see what let's see how Tom reacts to documentary, and let's see how he reacts when his boy, what's his name? On tape. Newsmedia had it already, like, this guy's gonna be a problem. So let's see when Tom's champ and this guy's the opponent that he might give the fuck about. Let's see how it goes. Also, let's see what, because this guy got something different. This guy has fucking 52 fights, dude. And this isn't his dream. He's probably not balling. He's been fighting PFL and bullshit leagues. And he's been PSW, so he's had some good fucking wins, dude. Beat Ollie Thompson, like, tough, so fight man 1. He's been all over. And then, if he gets UFC, he starts making real money. Let's see how this basically dedicated journeyman has a possibility to beat the UFC champ. We haven't heard from him. That's what me and Shane all the games. If you fail, and they offer me a title shot for fighting, 100%. I bet you me and Shane, I know, we're closer than this dude and fucking, like, Shane was straight up like my mate, brother. We agree. fight each other. If it's only for the long-term legit belt,
after this fight, he was now going to get into the
so let's see how possible. I love my family.
just spent all of it in
Like,
half,
I'll do whatever it takes.
focusing so heavily on the severity of Schwartz shot. So what is
Dear kids, if you want this ad, skip out of here. If you want this show ad-free, join the Patreon right now. It's patreon.com/TFATK. Ad-free. Tons of extra content on there. TFATK extended episodes and ad-free. Get you some. It's patreon.com/TFATK. Ton of stuff on there. Only $5 a month. Get you some. This episode of the Shop Show is brought to you by Breeze. Let me tell you something about Breeze. Easy. The incredible functional beverage company revolutionizing how we drink. Their line of feel-good tonics are the perfect alcohol alternatives with an effect you actually feel. They use a small amount of THC, CBD, mushrooms. You create the fun effects without the traditional downsides of alcohol. Alcohol so you feel each blend. 10 minutes. The effect will last about an hour and a half. Similar cocktail. You got this. It's mellow enough for your cocktail if you're trying to get loose. They ship all across the United States. Head to feelthebreeze.com/shop. Use the code SHOP for $5 credit and free shipping on your first order. Consult a physician before you and nurse or have any suspected allergies or medical conditions, or taking any medication. FDA is not evaluating these products for safety or efficacy. Products are it says you 2020 is on top. That says Jam, Alex, 2 pay-per-views, Rob, 3 letters, visions of exams, and Clive surprises me. Yeah, we can 2 million fight. How about Hamza? 1 fight. And ease. Or that will get paid. Basically, you're trying to fight. Then you undermining the world. You're undermining riches. You're undermining that is yourself. Right. Morning show, and talking about like he was mentioning about that bizarre thing that happened with UFC BJJ 10-9 million views within a few days, and they engaged as an equal. I think there's 25 comments. Yeah, 9 So you're
On the subject, I just bring it up. A lot of people have been asking me because you were coming on today. So apparently this conspiracy about the UFC BJJ 3 YouTube video. Have you seen this? Yeah. So it went from 275K to 9 million over the course of a couple of days with very low engagement. This is now a hot story. What do you make of this? What's going on here?
No, first I was just pumped that for 9 million views. I was like, yeah, I was just really happy that I don't really understand or know how that works. Like posting views on YouTube, UFC has millions of subscribers. I don't really know anything about this. That's out of my pay grade. That's tier of like doing things like that, right? Can I throw out a hypothesis on my end? Okay. So I saw some people saying like, oh, look how pathetic the UFC is. They're buying views to prop up UFC BJJ. But let's be honest, they don't need to buy views. They're the freaking in all of combat sports. So UFC wants money, right? Like they don't like. It's the third event. They're trying to build something new. Okay, is it possible? I don't know, but is it possible? You could buy on someone else's page. You can attach those. Is it possible, Mikey, that someone bought views on the UFC page to then say, look at the UFC and their frauds, look at what they're doing. Is that why they planned that? Is that possible? I feel like that's a possibility. If you're paying attention to this sort of thing, someone might have blended it to then say, look at these frauds. That feels more. So, I didn't know you can buy views on someone else's page. That's the first I've heard of it. I'm not saying he does, but I don't know where it's getting. If he's saying that confidently, he must maybe. But, I think what people need to realize is UFC is such a conglomerate. It's so big now. It's not like Dana or someone close to him and his staff is going, man, let's buy some millions of views to make this broad numbers. I don't think that's how. There could be somebody that's associated with the UFC BJJ stuff that's close to Dana and the UFC brass, and they've sold Dana on BJJ being this next big thing, the big wave, and man, we'll just get a little help from you guys. I think so big, we do millions of views, and they bought the views, and they might be older, don't realize that people can figure out that if you have whatever it is, 9 million views, engagement isn't showing that it's going to hurt your business more than it's going to help. Especially the outlet, the YouTube, because maybe not the first thing YouTube, but eventually going to catch it. And eventually catch up and be like, hold up, you're buying views, and then they suppress all your shit. So UFC will address that for this, you know? So I think it's someone that I don't think someone from outside, yeah, let's buy views so the UFC is shit because UFC I think it's somebody that has some sort of self-image in the UFC BJJ, and they bought the views to Aaron's point, but did and didn't realize how it would work out. That's what I think. I just for someone else. Video. It's practical. In terms of service. Yeah, you might once or twice, and then once you do get privy to it, they Here's another weird one. This is money bag.
Let's say 5 people come on
with Mike was mentioning that. That was our advisors, push you rolling in, so you can see it. Just straight up say it. Fully locked in. 5'7", 34 pounds. 278 broken. Even physically locked that choke. You're on it down. You still can't see my people.
I'm going to be trying
to what's the next comment? This dude will do anything that can be a local competition match. Just do NAG or something.
Rabbi Eliezer, and he says, remember, at Rabbi Yehuda's point is, you have to say, low carb, below the carb, below the carb, below the carb. So Rabbi Eliezer says, yes, you have to say below the carb, below the carb, below the carb. The word shivua, that putting shivua at the end, individualized, and therefore again creates individual liability. That's a really shitty says,
Well, they show the other side of it.
In order to create
the camera
individual
underneath so you can see that it's set up.
say Shavua below the car, Shavua below the car, Shavua below the car. It's attention. What needs to be said in order to create individual liability? Individual liability is only going to be the clown versus the frat. I'm really going to show. So, this is essentially, there's a clown case, like an inclusive case.
You know what? But again, whoever that comment was, he would do one, he would just enter a local competition, see him against, I don't mean to see him against, like it's not fucking 20 pounds of crap. That's not going to silence the noise. Just enter a local tournament. Or go to your local gym and film you against brown belts, purple belts, black belts. That would sound to everybody. This actually has to the internet. It's not just me as a
2, 4, 6, 8.
if you were matches, I would automatically call you right there. That's just me.
Ultimately, the fact that
the gym, yeah. Unless he hadn't even know I know. That's what I'm saying. If he goes in, just let's say you rolled into fucking 6-blade here, didn't make an announcement, just like he would cool with film. I don't even need to start on my feet, just randomly roll on like a randori class. That would check the odds for me. Because the issue is, even like your close, I assume he pays Mikey, like that's what you're Brian Calipari is going to go against his tennis instructor and you pay him millions. You know, like you can't beat a guy who looks like he's doing it intentionally. If you have a relationship that's financial based, you can't post any video of those people. Whether it's real or not, it's not going to do anything it's going to do.
So again, if I say, sure, that I don't have your picador, right? Everyone will do that. I love them and turn out that I'm lying. Because suppose that I'm lying. I love the video versus everyone reaches out and kind of individual where's the map? When I say Robocop.
This is very exciting, bro. But as we sit here right now, breaking news, because Dana White just went on Instagram. They're telling me in my ear, announced that you are the main event.
So what's his crop? What's the other day? It's just being ordered up.
Why do you say 50% Peter? I think
what is the crowd? What is the crowd? So the easy culture here, what is it is crowd?
That's awesome.
So what's it? There's so that's what you find to say.
I'm thinking with fighting sound taking punishment.
I have nothing that belongs to any of
his fighting style. That's like he's set up for his records never be broken. They never mark up his face. Never.
So what are you talking about? There was an interesting enough, remember,
at some point someone's going to
Shmuel and Rabbi Yochanan are going to be there.
catch him, right? Because he's
just winning the same way. What are they arguing about? So when I said, I'm not going to be Shmuel died with that.
Henry Cejudo versus me. Talbot.
Shmuel.
So obviously comes the crazy about having to do that. And he lost. He lost. Came back and great. We'll see. This one's only like we know what UFC's doing here, right? You're trying to take the rub off of Cejudo, bring it on to Talbot. That's how much they love Talbot. Tough fight for Talbot. We'll see what conditions Cejudo's going to fight as. I mean, man, the toss in Talbot ended up some fucking deep water. You know, yes, you beat Henry, we go from there. You're talking about possibly the greatest combat sports out there to ever do it with his gold medal. And then the UFC division. So many comments. You beat a guy like that, there's only one way to go. I would argue he's not ready for this, even if he beats Henry, who's older. So, again, I just, is it too much too soon? Like, he just lost that fight. His takedown defense wasn't great. There's some holes in his game, like Lennon. He is a star. He's also one of the guys that doesn't subscribe to this new UFC model. You're not going to see him doing TikTok dances. He's not posting, you know, him and his girl guy, fucking do. Yeah, he's not posting his vacation. He's not posting his food like he's got from the club. Like he's mysterious. You know? I just don't get where you go from here with the young star like this. UFC's always been with this, especially after there's issues with Darren Till. You see how Till's looking now. Like they've been great at not pushing us too soon. And this is too soon. And I'm not saying he can't beat Cejudo. I'm not saying that. I'm saying after you beat a guy like Cejudo's status, there's only one way to go, and it ain't good for this young fighter. Just 1 and 2 in his last 2. Like, just, I don't see the upside.
Sometimes the reverse.
And for Cejudo, like he says, this is his last fight. His last fight should be another king. His last fight should be Jose Aldo or like somebody of that stature. you've seen we need to get the rub, and then we're doing this young fella. I get that, but do we really think Talbot, like, has he shored up? Has he seen all those gaps in his game? Now he might get balls in there, so who knows? And if he does, then he has a long ways to go. So I don't like it. I don't like it. So let's say Henry Mollywops. Okay. You were the greatest to ever do it, dude. You beat some young kid. Okay. It doesn't add to his resume. He loses. Okay, he lost to Talbot, dude. This is a big cover. Hopefully it works out for him. We don't know. For Talbot, if you win, okay, what's your rank right now? Okay. So let's look at the next guys. Where's the easy fight? I don't like it. There's still a long ways to go. You're being really great. He's ranked 10 at that. It's not like he's out of the top 10, but 12, 13, 14, 15.
So what do you see from here? Which is your
Which we don't be in the top 15. So you beat number 10. You're beating the beat. No, he's on to bigger fish. Batista, he fights this weekend. We'll see what happens there. Chino, Figueredo, Sonya, Corey Sandhagen, you know what do we go? It's insane, dude. You're fucking the kid over. And I thought they learned from their mistakes. This is a fucking nightmare for this young kid who is 1 and 2 in his last fucking fights. You're literally ruining his young buddy, fucking young lion. Now, Henderson Widow, it might be a decent matchup for him. Fuck all that. What do you after this? If the plan, he beat Henderson Widow because he says he wants one more. Makes sense time-wise. Doesn't mean you're top 10. You're going to be ranked top 15. Before you start with the big dog. You're not getting paid like a big dog. What's the rumor now? Elite Curry versus Patty Pittman for January, which is the first time I told you guys. I have a very close inside source that tells me that Patty up here. So all the gauging is all in check. My sources told me that this is the fight that this is the fight they're going to take. I told this once. Don't really think you think it's somebody else. It's Patty Dupier. How about this? See that the commission wants to approve support for the Holy Bible. The UFC's posture.
What is it here?
So that's pretty big. That's a huge thing. And this is just Rabbi Rothschild you're talking about his fighting career. He wants to retire by the age of 25. How old is he now? He's 19. Maybe even might be 20. That's a good plan. Kid ain't get out, Bubba. Youngest staying around. I like that plan. He has some work to do. There's a ways to go, but 5 years you can do it. Pretty plan. Little haircut. He's got a lot of stuff. I gotta see. He does have stuff. He seems like damn good stress. So another thing, that Sean Cott's back here saying that they should be back in early 2026. So January, February for Sean Cott. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. This was Reiner Guerrero's coach. Pretty much. He said his friends, fans, and supporters that normally don't share personal things. Everyone has been blind as personal thing for support, but he's not creating a deal for and after the second, made the call to stop the fight after the fourth round. They take full responsibility for that decision. It was the right call to make. A little bit of decision was big, but it's going to act out. My job as a coach is important. My job as a coach, but also my job for myself. So I know already are my whole career. There's only many sides. Maybe less than we can. he would have continued the fight rather than risk unnecessary damage. So call it a day, go home as help as possible. Have to fight another day. Yeah, I agree. I don't care about pleasing others when it comes to someone's health or being tough. Is there an excuse for the loss? We were uninformed. We're not happy with his performance, but for now, recovery first.
Again,
that's pretty much it. Yeah, using 321 this weekend, kids. Get you some. It's at 1 p.m. Central Time. So for you dads out there don't stay late, this one's for you. It is a tasty main card. Is it worth your money? I think so, but that's up to you. That's your expenses out there. Tom Aspinall's going down. Little pressure on Tom. All you just have to win has to do it more aggressive fashion than John Jones did to keep this narrative going. So all the pressure on Tom Aspinall. Good luck, my man. I think he gets it done. See how fast and how convincing and really room for projecting Let's go. Get it done, mama. That's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the stuff. If you see me, what's up?
Okay, so what you have is we're talking about a case of and a case of Muslim called the specific sponsors was not necessarily right. But suffice it to say, there's one position of Rabbi, and Rabbi says in any case when you are item specific, whether it's with a bomb or without a bomb, it doesn't make a difference. It creates individual ability. Incredible. Touch above the bear over there's the summer. Let's say I go ahead, Ruben comes over. I don't do anything. Ruben, Pita, Sora, big sellers, Yomi wheat, barley and spelt. And Ruben says, I don't owe you wheat, barley and spelt. For each individual false hope. For each individual false hope. So now again, what do you need to see from here? It's not going to false.
Here, the baseball families in the area we live in. Everyone goes, hey, you're going to Ed? You're going to Ed's, right? I don't know. Yeah, like you're going at 3:30. What is it? Like, oh, it's like, did you kick off the season? So my God, I guess they take sport. Your son is life. Your sons are like 9 and 5. So even there starts.
What I'm saying is, what does that literally mean?
There's no close pockets. Like a Falcons game. So 5.4 game. His house, like house cool. It's old school house, but he redid it. So house is nice. Not like some mansion. And then he just says he's front end of the backyards. Massive. It's right by my son's school. Massive. Like built sports, right? Sports guy. 2 seconds. He built a baseball field. That's what that kid's really shows. But again, it's not like some house with the land because I want my kids to get sports. They build a baseball field. And all the kids from costumes there from 5 to 12. It's like 3 kids. And there's a food truck, there's there's food truck, there's ice cream, there's swimming. And the older kids, the high school kids are pitching the young kids. High school kid I knew. He's a junior in high school at Recital University of Texas because he throws 99 hours. How can he get 6'4", 6'4"? But you just tell it's like, he's the man. You know, like he was like, you know, you're like Joe Burrow quarterback type for baseball. You just out God. How old is he? 18? 18. Yeah. Hands up, big dude. You ever see it? Texas. Yeah. It's going to go. Yeah, very cool. Oh, what's up the Drake? But it was like, and all the dead it's just all about sports. I don't even think the guy was out and the dad was such a I have to show that your kids are not athletes like that. We can't come in with like I
wheat,
really
and
so
stuff.
it's only for athletes.
Everybody says, I owe nothing.
But the older kids, like even if they're not phenomenal athletes, here's the other thing, they're limited. There's so many phones on but there's so much there was this giant guy wrote his ass up his back. He's huge.
But you have to say,
how old is that kid? And I'm going to say his dad's name. Texas, I was breed is in. Or just like a giant great game. Yeah, it was great. Yep. Picks up the ball.
So that
That's what you do. That's what you do. Wow. And then Tiger Boston and now Boston needs the Tigers football this week and baseball this week. The Team Tigers on some major states. So they have to have a meeting for the parents. Maybe the parents about, just get they call it daddy ball. So it's just kind of like it's 5 different people playing against dad. Basically, and also like, hey, this is about baseball. That's also what's important is to make sure you're shot. This whole daddy ball thing with the pressure I get in the car. He goes, I had that dad. And he's like, I make the pros. But we don't have the jam. So, he brought me the cages. We don't have much work. He goes, we don't talk about he lost his dad because they have a son. Did make it to the majors.
For a great essentially or like who? Like that.
Yeah, but guess what?
Sometimes it's sad. Done in such a nuanced way. It's fascinating, right? Perfectly, we don't work up on it. It's only short shit. So it's actually about
call your dad. They're all crazy down there, but he did his best. His dad
specified.
I've seen it personally. He knows he messes up on the field.
Yeah,
from the sidelines. He's got Karen to him on the way home, so you're out right home. So it's just like, the guy who's gonna mess up, and then in the car, the kid knows, and sometimes it's last day. So because you're struck out and getting beer, which is kids, that for the next few days, that sucks. That sucks. Serena tried not to do that. I know. But Serena is biggest win. I'm glad they made a movie. Child had eating. Basically, in class.
We're good to go. Please, that's exactly fascinating. הפרטים מחייב, הפרטים לא מחייב, לכת אמר הכללי אינם מחייב. So this is how you do this outside, and then we'll see, and I'll show you in Flash. So imagine the following scenario. I go over to the next city,
It's 100% they've never done this before. No shot. I guarantee you
says, I don't owe you.
And they might have did a thing where like,
so let's say, here's the shot. in general, when Ruben says that, how many oaths is he violating? So on one hand, we could say, right? Body and spell. But the truth is, in plain body and spell is also that he owes me nothing, right? Which is another shua cloud. So we just eventually we're dealing with over here when someone denies a total play and they specify the items they don't deny. I just for the number of items they deny, but maybe it's the items that they deny plus one. What's the plus one? The plus one represents the general that I owe you nothing. Look at actually a moment. I just cut them around. I go to body and spell. And really, I don't owe you everything. I don't owe you body and spell. So on one hand, everyone's going to agree. There's going to be kind of these right for three shuas. I think they are. There's a lot of folks that say he doesn't owe you body and spell. all of a kind of way, when they were showing the Kabiyati, Chayi, Shukado, Shua Ba'aminashi, Shekam, so it's really the cases like this, right? The case I'm going over to and I said to Ruben, just see what Rothschild up. That's really so it's actually what we say is really the quality of the spell. The shine is how do we do that? We do that first as a general and then three specific zones. Three specific about and the general all. And then what does that mean? Amy Kuzmin, Amy silent. And then one general oath in the copy of the club.
I don't see him in a
Not that anything else.
Islam is not bullshit right now.
So let's say
You can bullshit right now. Is this casual lockout? Just since the MMA casual. Not 80, bro. Take it easy. We can't get my face. We can't get our divisions. And now they start making up divisions. I'm adding a new division. It's never happened. But I can't. I'm not sucking out 7. It's too much weight. You took before. I feel like we see various fights that were taking place during COVID.
What's the number again?
I know he wrestles going to be the wasn't he?
I don't always think so. If it turns out that I'm lying, what's that about? I'm trying with 15 push-ups, like 15 cabanas. 15 cabanas. So what is that show? What is that show there? It's over his but there's no claro. So, if you follow your what? They should really go ahead and read. First, the Gemara says, so he fought so how you kind of defund the caution maybe the kind of what we're talking about is not talking about the power liability. And then I thought there was a deal. I read two but you're actually 20 factors of it, but also high for the general
so much. Remember that? And she was giving
with 5 people claim 4 things.
I why?
That's generally ultimately 20 factors liability. So let's say question here. It's interesting. No people making a claim against me for the business. So again, 5 people coming against me claiming I owe them. I know I can say to them, look, that's
can't expect like a flying
how do you solution to those? People are making it very difficult. A lot of because of
no, I gotta get higher.
Yeah, that's something to stop from us. Right, and what happened? I say to one of the claimants,
Wants to fucking I don't even want to do it. I like his chances better than I like his chances better than Aljo any of these guys.
All coming to claim against me. I say, but Ruben,
Okay.
I don't have because the Shabbos Yad, he has a lot of that.
Go for Corey. I'll be there. That's my guy.
Follow the clock.
Tell me
Some
some
out. So I say, what
It's right. Round these great
אחד
punches.
מחיים, יש לו דיבור להצבעה שעודה, אחד מחיים, that's right. All the funds come on last, and part of the because of the can have חת האוזדה משום ראשון. ואחר לכל אחר לרשצון.
Wow, since I moved to
I think I swear.
First manding's another different word as well. Did you see how he did
this case, I'm 20 chato. Eat the polish. So you can specify. I went. I said, I swore to him again because like they're all making me say, what's the thing that they do? They possession hour, hour long, a long stolen object, a lost object. Sure, the puppy on the other possession, sure. You're alone. You're a stolen object and you're a lost object. And then I say, below the car, equivalent. How come I speak about those guys? And then it turns out that 20 katos. That's the job of a tremendous amount of emotion. So to be, and this is number one is that individual. And also what helps me see from the question, when I say shvur ein b'chaf, right? Lo b'chaf shemes yad. I'm not high an additional shvur for a general. Again, for the individual shvur, which is not really this question. Okay, incredible. Then let's finish up the topic. And that's the see that because they
Voor de PlayStation 5. In de computer.
So everything goes right. You seduce my daughter, or you violate my daughter. She didn't that he did not. That he did not. So this was